Hey, what's good, guys? MA76 B-Ball back at it again with another video for you. And today I've got episode 3 of Create Your Game. Alright guys, so for this video I will give you just a quick update, and then I'm actually going to switch over to some footage and do a little bit of explanation on a couple of components of jumping, okay? So as far as the update goes, I've got a full 6 workouts in the last 2 weeks, so that's a great thing. I love it when that's when I'm able to make that happen. And a pretty outrageous thing for me was one of those days I actually did 2 workouts, and so why is that? Because a lot of time I'm always talking about listening to the body, taking it easy. This is a marathon, not a sprint. This might take a year or more to accomplish. But what happened was, that was during the winter holidays. That was actually January 2nd. I'm gonna look at the calendar over there. That was a Tuesday. And I went down to the river. All along the river here, most of the rivers here in Japan have like just these huge staircases. And I went over to one of those staircases and I did some drills. And these drills were focused on being more explosive, not necessarily building power in your jumping. And so once I got that done, I headed home, I took a little break, chilled, and the body stuff still felt really good. My lower back, my knees, and I felt fine. So I took advantage, why not? I'm on holidays, I don't have to go to my job and stuff like that. So I did a second workout, and I did a second work outside. There was things like, I did like box jumps and mountain climbers and bounds and things like that. So yeah, just took advantage, things felt good and, right timing, so I just went for it. So anyways, 6 workouts, super stoked about that. I'm gonna play basketball tonight. Here comes my son. And I'm gonna try and jump again. I tried jumping last week and I did record it. And I'm going to show that footage, break it down, and talk about it. So that's it for now for the update. I feel real good at the moment, getting stronger. I'm gonna wait till the next update and I will weigh myself and see if my weight has changed at all. So let's skip over to the footage, and I'll start kind of explaining a few things about the technique, I guess you could say, of jumping. And all of these things, guys, I have learned from other videos on YouTube. I've learned from a little bit of research on Google, and then, but also, I've been playing basketball all my life, I've been jumping all my life, so, but anyways, that's enough of that. Let's switch gears and let's check it out.
So you're gonna see a solid jump here from November 3rd. This was a Friday night, and you can see I've actually, about a centimeter above the bolt, so that was a pretty good jump there. Now here is last week, January 6th. Now the camera obviously is well below, so the angle is very deceiving. I did not get above the bolt. This is actually right on the bolt. But now I actually just jumped earlier last night. Now if you look at my middle finger, you can see how it's bent. That's because I did get above the bolt, so that's pretty sweet. Now this was the day that I did the double workout, the 2 workouts in one day. So here I'm working on one leg, and the key with this little drill here is getting off of that step as fast as you can. So as soon as you touch down on the step, you're trying to get off of it, and of course you're going right leg and left leg. Now this drill here, you're working on driving the left leg up. That's kind of the key here. Not so much pushing off the leg that's up on the stair, but driving that other knee up. Box jumps. One important thing here is you're trying to land as softly as possible. So of course you're focusing on getting off of the ground and a quick explosion, but you're trying to land softly as possible. Jump squats, these things will be the death of me, I tell you. It's pretty straightforward. You're trying to blast up through the ground and get off the ground, but you want to absorb the landings. It's a lot of landings on the concrete, so you want to be able to bend those knees, flex at the hips, and absorb the shock. Now, a major key in jumping or any sport activity is having a strong core. So mountain climbers, this is a great one for endurance, but bringing in those knees close to your chest, that's a big factor. Next up, we've got bounds here. It's kind of an exercise you see often with track and field, and I'm very poor at this drill. But again, you are focused on driving that knee up, which I am not doing enough, and again, absorption of your weight. So yeah, those are a couple factors there with that drill. And then I really don't know what you would call this, leapfrog, but obviously you're exploding with both legs, and one of the key things here is arm swing and driving your hips and absorbing. A lot of this is absorbing. The reason for that is the better you're at absorbing your weight, the higher you can explode off of the ground. So now this is a couple jumps that I just did tonight, and one thing I want to point out here is if you look at my right foot, it is slightly ahead of my left foot. This is somewhat important. It's kind of referred to like opening the hips, and you can generate more power through your hips if they're in a quote-unquote open position. The next thing that I want to point out here is arm swing. If you look at the angle of my arms, you can generate a lot of lift through an aggressive arm swing, but the key is where that arm swing begins. Here's an old jump before my injury, and again you can see how far back my arms are. So those are a couple things, guys, that you want to focus on and remember in your jumps. But in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for joining, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. Alright, everybody out there, take care. Thank you for supporting the channel, and all my best to you. Peace.